Time to Die, the 25th installment in the James Bond franchise, was directed by Cary Fukunaga, and this film sees Daniel Craig reprising his role for the 5th and final time as James Bond. This film also stars Rami Malek, Seadoux and Lashana Lynch. In this movie, we see Bond called out retirement by his old pal Felix Leiter and asked to locate a missing scientist. And in doing so, he is placed on the trail of a new mysterious criminal called Saffin, played by Rami Malek. As always guys, before we go any further, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel, hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded, and give this video a like as well to help the channel grow. No Time to Die was plagued by problems, namely COVID had delayed its release, there were numerous rewrites, directors had dropped out and had been replaced, so I was a bit skeptical. Another thing about No Time to Die that made me put my skepticism hat on was the fact that usually when a Bond actor is signing off, their last movie isn't as strong as their first. So when Sean Connery first started, Dr. No, phenomenal. But then he ended with the rather disappointing Diamonds Are Forever. Roger Moore delivered his best Bond film, Live and Let Die, but then his final performance as Bond was A View to a Kill, which was kind of disappointing in parts. Pierce Brosnan, he delivered one of the best Bond films of all time, GoldenEye. But then his final Bond film was the very disappointing Die Another Day. And I was hoping that that would not be the case for Daniel Craig, especially considering how he started. He delivered the phenomenal Casino Royale. And his Bond films have been a bit up and down, with Quantum and Solace and Spectre being the weakest. So here we are with No Time to Die, and I'm pleased to say that Daniel Craig has broken the curse. This movie is phenomenal, and it is a perfect send-off for Daniel Craig. This has to be beyond a shadow of doubt one of the most emotional and one of the most powerful Bond films that has ever been made. And I like how No Time to Die nods to other Bond films that have come before it. What I love most about this movie is Daniel Craig's performance, because he is the star. He gives his best performance as Bond. And this performance is a nod to his first performance in Casino Royale, in which we get a very raw, cold-hearted Bond. And he takes the character to avenues that we haven't seen delivered in any other Bond film. Be it Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore, Sean Connery, no. We see a different character side to Bond. There are less wisecracks from Bond than, say, there were in Spectre. And in Spectre, I felt that the humour was misplaced. As good as Daniel Craig is as an actor, I don't think that one-liners are his strong suit. I think that Pierce Brosnan and Roger Moore, they nailed it down. Not Daniel Craig. He was more cold-hearted. And they went back to that, and that is what suited him. And the performance that we see from Daniel Craig as Bond is unlike any other that you've seen in any other Bond film. No Time to Die is a conclusion of the narrative of Daniel Craig's Bond. Because if you look at the 5 Bond films that Daniel Craig has done, each one in some ways is a continuation of the other. So Quantum of Solace is a continuation of Casino Royale. Spectre is a continuation of Skyfall. No Time to Die is a conclusion of that whole storyline and fills in the plot holes from those different storylines. The director, Cary Fukunaga, I was a bit skeptical because he's a relative unknown. And when Danny Boyle dropped out, my friends and I were hoping that, Christopher Nolan would helm a Bond film. But Cary Fukunaga has put all my fears to rest because he has delivered an excellent Bond film, loaded with all the hallmarks of a good Bond film. Stunning cinematography, superb visual effects, and spectacular action sequences that are handled brilliantly. And Cary Fukunaga not only thought of the storyline, but was also one of the writers on this movie as well. You feel a level of authenticity with No Time to Die, because it captures a lot of real life themes, and the plot is very realistic. And I'm not going to spoil anything for you, so there'll be no plot details and revelations, but it was very realistic what the plot was, and it added a level of urgency to Bond's mission. This film is a homage to other Bond films as well. I liked how they brought back the old school Aston Martin Volante, which we saw in On Her Majesty's Secret Service and also in The Living Daylights. Hans Zimmer was brought in to do the musical score, and his score nods to other Bond films as well, in particular On Her Majesty's Secret Service. And I liked how there were certain scenes in the film where Ralph Fiennes, who plays M, he's sitting in a hallway somewhere and you can see pictures of his predecessors, of all the other M's that have come in the Bond films before him, which I thought was a very nice nod. In the opening sequence, the iconic pre-credit sequence, after Bond completes his mission, it nods to Dr. No. And Billie Eilish's score was haunting, but it was also beautiful. As was Hans Zimmer's score. It complements every scene in the movie perfectly. You got strong support from Lashana Lynch here, who plays the female double O. And my fear was they would do with this movie what they did with Expendables 3, which was they would make the whole emphasis on the younger team whilst pushing the older characters to the side. But they didn't do that. Lashana Lynch was fabulous in this movie. And the banter between her and Bond and the chemistry and her intensity as an actress was brilliant. And it was far better than, say, the chemistry between Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry in Die Another Day. Ana de Armas as Paloma. For what she was given, she has a small role in this movie, but she was a badass. And Ana de Armas and Daniel Craig both starred together in Knives Out, which was released in 2019. And we see regular cast members, Ben Whishaw as Q, Ralph Fiennes as M, and Naomi Harris as Moneypenny. And they all have more substantial roles than in previous Bond movies. In Daniel Craig's tenure as Bond, he has had some fabulous actors deliver mesmerising turns as villains. In particular, Mads Mikkelsen as Lashif and Javier Bardem as Silva. We have Rami Malek as Saffin. And he was a different style of villain compared to what we've seen in different Bond films. The problem that I had with his character was there wasn't much of a backstory. He only came in as a filler for certain scenes of the film. And he was certainly not as intense as, say, Mads Mikkelsen's performance or as Javier Bardem's performance. But I felt that he gave a good performance as Saffin. But it's nowhere near as good as previous Bond villains that have come before him. This film has some spectacular action set pieces. And the thing is, they are well paced. Whilst Quantum of Solace was the shortest Bond film, No Time to Die is the longest, at 2 hours and 43 minutes. And I don't feel that the movie drags. No Time to Die is more driven by character than by action. But the action sequences are absolutely outstanding. But after 16 years and 5 Bond films, Daniel Craig has solidified himself as one of the best actors to ever play Bond. And this performance is one of the best. And I would certainly say that No Time to Die is one of the best Bond films that he has done. Easily up there with Casino Royale and Skyfall. And there is enough in this movie for fans to enjoy. But when I saw this film and when I finished watching this film, I was left pleasantly surprised and speechless. And this is a film that I'll easily give 10 out of 10 to, and one that I'll buy on DVD when it comes out. So guys, that's my review. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded. Give this video a like as well. Leave your comment with whether you've seen No Time to Die. What do you think about it? And out of the 5 Bond films that Daniel Craig has done, which one is your favourite? Comment down below and I shall see you all on the next film review. Take care.